Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whenever you find folks are watching this wonderful broadcast of the Iron Thunder Racing League Truck Series Season 7. As we're on to race number 5 this season here from the wonderful Michigan International Speedway for the pure Michigan 200 tonight. Yeah, we're on to race number 5. That means we only have 2 races left until the 12-man chase begins. 5 different races, by the way, determining one championship like they did back in the late 2000s, early 2010s. Now, right now they're finishing up practice of about a minute left, so we'll go ahead and take a quick look at your track facts here for Michigan International Speedway. The track is located in Brooklyn, Michigan. It opened up in 1968, and it's a 2-mile D-shaped oval. It's a twin sister of the one located out in Fontana, California, Auto Club. Well, used to be located out in Fontana, California. That sucks. But tonight's race, that number is wrong. It's no, it's right. Hang on, let me make sure I got my numbers right. I typed this in, I'm thinking 100 laps, and I typed in 100 miles. So it's actually a 200-mile race tonight, 100 laps. Stage will be at lap number 50, 200 miles, 322 kilometers, if that matters to you. But they get 2 sets of tires, 60% fuel, and 1 fast repair tonight. As this race tonight is happening today, about, I don't know, almost, I'm trying to do quick math, 4.5 hours ago. The track temp is currently 92 degrees with air temp of 81. I can tell you that would not be the actual air temp in Brooklyn, Michigan today. It's partly cloudy. It might be partly cloudy there. Relative humidity is about 1% in the sim. Sure. And I couldn't tell you the wind direction because, again, I forgot to do that. Let's get a quick look at your points because they're going to have some information with this for you on the broadcast today. We'll get into that once we get through qualifying and onto the grid. But you can see here, your top 12 is very tight, actually. There's 3 drivers now locked into the chase through 4 rounds. Again, we have tonight, next week at, I think we're at, Rockingham next week or something? Let me take a look at the schedule. Yeah, Rockingham and then Charlotte. So we have 3 races left until the chase begins, and things are starting to tighten up a lot here. Anyone from even 4th line down can lose 24 points and be outside the chase looking in. We do have a 3-way tie for 12th in points between Kloosterhuis, Stewart, and Ott. And you can see all the way down to 17th in points. It's only being 12 points out. And we'll talk about that once we get to later on in the broadcast tonight. But with that being said, I think it's a fantastic time to head over to Chris Stapleton and let him sing our fantastic national anthem. We'll get to that, and then we'll get into your qualifying results for tonight's Pure Michigan 200, and then we'll get into our 100 lap main event tonight. We'll be right back.
To honor America with the performance of the national anthem, 8-time Grammy Award winner, Chris Stapleton.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight. Oh, the ramparts we walked were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets regular above
Again, it's always nice to hear that rendition of the national anthem. All right, so we got about a minute left in qualifying. You can currently see Kevin Hash currently sits on the top of the board, and other laps are coming in. It looks like there's a couple more guys who are currently putting down laps, and one guy who has not put down a lap yet. So hopefully he doesn't click ready to race and gives me the opportunity to go over this real quick. Now we're gonna hang on, take this off your screen for a second. Hang on, I gotta do something. Gotta do something real quick. It's gonna take me a split second to do. But yeah, if you see on your left side of the screen, once we get it back up on the screen real quick, you see a scoring pile on there. And with that there, we're just going to change some things with the driver background. So with that, it's going to coincide with the current points position for the drivers. So, as you can see, the starting lineup's official. That's noted. All right. But anywho, congrats to Kevin Hash on getting the pull tonight. He was the fastest with the... I don't have the lap time anymore. But we're going to pull this up real quick before we go over your starting lineup. We'll take that off, and then you'll see right here, we'll pull up this. So this is important. So when we went over the points a little bit ago, we can actually pull it up for your screen real quick. Since we're getting so close to the chase starting, we're going to start denoting people in the current points position. Right now, my current line is 6, saying they're good. There's only 3 drivers currently locked in good on points. But I'm saying top 6 right now is currently safe in points. So right now, if they're in the top 6 in points, which you can see Matson, Rittenauer, Cherry, Kelvin Mosier, Storm Patterson, and Branden Kloosterhuis is unfortunately not here tonight. He had to go to work, and that's understandable, like before sim. So the top 6 would be shown in green. So that's going to be currently the 3 drivers and then the other 3 in the top 6 in points. 7 through 17 can be denoted in yellow. So if they're 7th or through 17th in points, which in case you go back looking at your points real quick, that'll be everyone from Treston all the way down to Brian Mills. Those guys will be shown in yellow. They're just within right now. I mean, I said if you're 15 points above the cut line, you're currently good. But if you're within 15 from the cut line, you're good. So that's what I did there. So 7th through 17th is in yellow. And then anyone who's in red, so anyone about 15 points behind the cut line and back is in red. And I just mean that's essentially just, unfortunately, you might need to think about winning. So there's that. But real quick, looks like the field is graded up. Let's go ahead and go over your starting lineup tonight. Starting the pole with the L3 at Kevin Hash. I think it's his first pole on the season. You see George Balfanis Jr. starting second tonight in his Ford. Starting third tonight will be the 09 of Dave Matson. Starting fourth will be the 89 of Matt Quick. Fifth will be Ray Rittenauer. Sixth will be Matthew Welsenbach. Seventh will see Matt Cherry, 2-time winner on the season. Eighth will be Landon Polinsky. Ninth will be Rob Stewart. 10th will be Brian Mills. That is your top 10. Ryan Dingler, after an impressive third place finish last week at Watkins Glen, will start 11th. 12th will see Kelvin Mosier. 13th, we'll see the 46 machine of Chris Scale. 14th, we'll see his teammate Brandon Pamata. And 15th, you'll see Treston Knott in that 15 truck. You'll see the 22 of Adam Boyles. In 16th, 17th will be Shane Fuller. 18th will be Matthew Kloosterhuis. 19th will be Storm Patterson. And 20th will be Manning Gregory. Starting 21st, technically on the lineup, would have been Paul Majivka, but he's not there, so that moves all the way up, actually. Paul Smith up to 21st. 22nd, we'll see Joseph C. Gordon. 23rd then will be... No, 24th will be, 25th tonight. Sorry, I guess actually your last and final start tonight will be the 33 machine of Josh Coley, who did not turn a lap in qualifying. That is your 25 car field. Again, the Ford truck had a little bit of starter issues getting going here. And as I feel, looks a little bit spread out towards back the pack here. Coming to get the green flag. Yeah, it's 100 laps tonight, not 100 miles. 200 miles, stage at lap number 50. And we'll go to the starter cam as Barney the flagman has the flag in hand. And they are into the restart zone, and we're going racing here tonight from Michigan. A lot of side-by-side action early on in the back of the pack. One thing I heard about the setup tonight, it is a wide-open type of setup. You're able to flat-foot this thing pretty much throughout most of the corner, but what cost is be the tires, as we see side-by-side here coming off of turn number 4. 76 on the inside of the number 43 machine, but give lap number 1 led barely to the 03 machine of Kevin Hash. Things are currently side by side for the first couple rows here. Then you get a single truck to Cherry, and then you see side by side begin between Mosier, and I think that's a 00 machine that landed Polinsky. 00 currently in one of those positions where he needs to try to get as many points as he can over the next 3 weeks to potentially put himself into a chase position. Kevin Hash able to get in front of the 94 machine this time off turn number 4, and able to actually say he has a lead, not side by side coming to the line this time. But still side by side between the 09 and the 89, that's Matson and Quick. You can also see Wells and Bach and Rittenauer also side by side. You can see a little bit of side by side action further on back in the pack here between Boyles, Ott, Kloosterhuis, and Ott. But I expect things to be a little bit closer racing here early on. It's a 94. Looks like he runs a little bit high there. Higher entry into turn number 3. Things I've known about this track is you want to be, I guess I haven't raced a truck here at this track in a while, but I know in like the Cup car, the next gen car, you like to have that lower line. That first seam you see on the racetrack when you go into turn number 1 is usually the line people prefer to run. So you can see there the 09 just runs a tiny bit below. You can see the 03 gets right down to it, and the 09 has problems. You gotta look like you got into the back bumper by the 29 machine there in turn 2. He's going to drop like a rock in a 2-foot creek as he lost all of his momentum. And so he'll fall back to 10th. Might lose 10th here to Mills. But it's going to be potentially 3 wide here. No, it doesn't. 2 wide between the 23 and the 13. Here comes the 45. The Bristol winner, Storm Patterson. Yeah, getting pushed into turn number 1, looks to be the 03 machine as he dives it on down right to that first seam. You can see people like to run that first seam, and again, you're not really going to see anyone on that yellow line here tonight. And it goes around the 29! The 89's involved, and we're wrecking everywhere on the back straightaway. '29 has damage, 89 has some damage. We get to go and get our first instant replay of the night. Let's go from far chase and see what happened. And we're currently watching the 89, but I think it first starts with the 29. The 29 looks like he sent it into turn number 2. It's going to be side by side, and he starts to drift up the track, and the 89 is going to try to make it 3 wide there. I don't think the 29 was expecting Matt Quick to make it 3 wide right there. But there is a hole there. So, I mean, if run, take it. But at the same time, like, that's a lot. I put down the 89, they tried to take run. You see, I mean, he's technically 3 wide right there. But again, I don't think where's 29? I don't think the 29 machine really could potentially see that. They're 3 wide right there. I don't know his point of view. I mean, I could probably pull it up on Twitch and see his point of view. I don't know if he's actually streaming or not. But you can see, he probably doesn't see that he's going to be 3 wide. Probably already committed to getting back up side by side with the 94, trying to get in front of the 89. And with that happen, around he goes. See the 43 gets a little bit of it. 00. And it looks like most of the field misses it. Looking further ahead to see there, the 13 doesn't merge back in the track. 35 says okay. But yeah, taking him further look, it looks like most of the field's able to miss it. Unfortunately, it looked like 00 did get involved. Let's quickly watch this from the blimp. Yeah, again, he's just going to take it to the bottom. I mean, it looks like he just sends it right into the bottom there. Yeah, that's fine. It's an attempt to make a pass. Then just doesn't know the 89 is going to be there. When all that happens, calamity ensues. I'm surprised more trucks didn't get involved in that. So that's the whole entire field right there with them. But we got 6 laps complete, coming to complete lap number 7. If I had to guess, we're going to get either 1 to green, 2 to green this time. It's still Kevin Hash out front. The 43 I thought might have gotten a piece of that. It's currently sitting in second. Chris Gale and Storm Patterson ran out your top 5. You see Madsen, Boyles, Stewart, Trestonot, and Matthew Kloosterhuis again in your top 10. Again, quick again information about this. Again, you see again it says right on the bottom of your screen, bottom left hand side of your screen. Again, those in green are currently sitting top 6 in points. 3 guys who are currently locked in. They're currently actually sitting 1, 2, 3 in points. Plus the other 3 guys all about above 15 points to the good. And you can also see 7th through 17th will be in yellow. Those are about that plus 15 to the minus 15 to the cut line. And then you see the guys in red are about 16 behind the cut line. But it looks like the 03 machine chooses the bottom line on this restart. Didn't call out the top. I think he might be trying to do some teammate work here with that 87 machine. But here we go. We're going to come back racing here. At the completion of lap number 8, that gives us 42 laps to go in the stage. Again, top 10 in the stage get points. And, interesting. There's some guys who did come down pit road. I don't know if they took tires. It did look like the 89 did come down and fix some damage. And then the 29 came down and took damage. But no one took a fast repair. And that's a good thing about when these trucks got updated to the new damage model. They got updated to the new damage model, so it made it a little bit easier for them to, be repaired. And so there's that. Here we go, get into the Geico restart zone, and we are back racing here. And that's exactly what I thought was going to happen. A great jump by the 03 and the 87. They clear the 47. Sorry, the 43. It's going to be side by side. You can see it looks a little bit more spaced out on this start compared to the last start. Can be side by side. Look to be a battle for 4th between Patterson and Gale. 45, 46 to 45 getting a push from the 22 machine. The 15 machine, 2nd place finisher a week ago. Ooh, the 45 looks like he slides up a tiny bit, but it's an okay slide. He doesn't get into the wall or anything. It's just enough to get a push from that 45 machine. Quick note, the 03 is a guy, as a driver 17th in points or worse. You see by the name being in red back there. But he currently leads his team in the 87. And it's going to be a lot of this, a lot of single file trying to pass on the inside. You can see the first, well, I was going to say the first 5 trucks single file, but here goes the 45 machine on the inside of the 43. The 43 is going to destroy the wall. But oh, there's contact. There's more trucks around. This time it's a bigger one. It involves the 45 and the 43. Oh, there's a lot more trucks. The 76 trucks involved. The 22 trucks involved. As we are under caution for the 2nd time this afternoon, this evening. And we get to go ahead and see what happened when the 45 machine. Storm Patterson, I think. Let's see what happened here. Let's see. What? Was that an attempt to side draft from the 46 machine? I think that's an attempted side draft. If I know something, I'm not 100% sure. I'm going to say I'm about 65% sure that there's no side drafting in these trucks. So him going down here and attempting to side draft the 45 machine, and then, which ultimately led to the netcode. You can see here that space. I wish I had a teleprompter, but that space right there coming up right there. You can see him going down there causes the netcode, which then causes the 45 to come back across the track, which then causes him to get into the 43 truck. 09 truck gets involved. And this is one we're going to have to watch from the blimp because there's a lot more trucks involved in that. We'll go a little further on back in the pack here. That's a little bit too far back, I think. But there goes those three. And you can see the 76 got involved. But that might not be his fault. He might be checking up where he sees it. Oh, and he just gets ran over behind from the 84, and there goes Kloosterhuis. I didn't see that. 35 might have got some damage. Let's quickly ride on board with the 24 machine because I want to see his ride through the grass. But you can see the netcode right there. Oh, he thought he was going to be okay, and then here comes this truck. You currently can't see it, but you're going to see it right... Actually, you're not going to see it at all. There's a truck right here, and it's going to make contact with him, and, well, unfortunately goes through the grass. We are under our second caution, and I kind of potentially could see this happen. As this again, it's a mostly wide open type of package, type of setup. So I mean, you're potentially going to see a lot of those moves. And again, I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure these trucks don't have side draft. I think the only NASCAR vehicle on the sim that might have side draft will be your NASCAR Cup Series next gen cars. So again, don't quote me 100% on that. But I do remember people like talking, I think, during Talladega week and how B and C Fix were at Talladega in official race. And they're talking about how people are trying to side draft and it doesn't work because side draft isn't on the drafting models. But we're getting it ready to go back racing here as the lights on the iRacing.com page check are off. It's going to be Sawyer Ott, Brian Mills, Ryan Dingler, Treston Ott, and Matt Cherry, your top 5. Coley, Fuller, Matson, Smith, and Hash around your top 10. Some pit stops that happened there. You can see Kevin Hash dropped from first down to 10th, as I think some guys might have potentially seen some potential pit strategy, fuel strategy come into play there, come and get some fuel and potentially see how far they can make it type of situation. As Mills and Dingler all pin underneath the last caution. But the pace truck is off the racing surface since they're going to approach the Geico restart zone. And it's our third restart of the race. It's back on your green. An amazing start by the 35 machine. It's going to clear both the 13 and the 23 by a couple car lengths. The 15 looked like he's attempting to block there the 33 machine down the track. Okay, it's just a little bit more chaotic restart as the 87 is going to try to clear up in front of the 48, and he will off of turn number 2. Kevin Hash is going to go side by side with that 57 machine into turn number 3, as there's a couple of 2 wide valves going into turn number 3. You can see the 33, the 84 on the inside of the 15, the 13 here. And as a 33 machine is going to get a push from that 84 machine, trying to get him up into third place. But we do have an attempt for the pass for the lead here. The 23 machine looking on the inside of the 35 machine is Sawyer. Oh, as the 84 goes up and covers the block there on the number 13 machine. Still side by side for second. It just seems like that top line is dominant. If you attempt to go down to the bottom lane, you're going to have to somewhat attempt a slide job. And Treston out runs a little bit wide here, but he's going to have a decent run to give a shove to his brother real quick as the really is going to be 1-2 to complete lap number 15. 48 machine giving a good shove there to the 57 into turn number 1. I think that might be the 26. That was a 26 machine of Gregory completing the pass on the number 12 machine. And that 12 machine is going to lose another spot as Branden Kloosterhuis comes here side by side, getting ready to go into turn number 3. I hate to tell Matt after the race that he still has his paint scheme wrong, as it's in the custom car number, not in the custom car number file. But we're going to potentially almost have 3 wide as here comes the 03 machine of Kevin Hash. Working well with that 87 machine as we're 3 wide for a split second there. As the 03 thought he was going to be able to get on the inside of the 23 machine. It's still Sawyer out front. The 23 goes and blocks the 15 after turn number 2. Gets a good shove from him as it upsets the rear end of the 23 machine, which is going to give an opportunity for him to get into the rear end of the 35. 3 wide for 4th for a split second there. As the 15 is trying to cover the top, and it's not going to work. He's going to get loose. Oh, and that loose is going to cause no trouble. He's able to all keep it straight, but the 15 is going to drop like a rock in a 2-foot creek. Lost all kinds of momentum. So did the 33. Back out front. 23 is all over the back bumper, but don't look now. The 03 machine, who restart 10th, is back on up to 3rd place. As there is a little bit of separation, about 0.3 of a second between 3rd and 4th. I think, a setup like this where I feel like it's primarily draft heavy. That's a little bit too far back. Might be beneficial here. As it looked like they were 3 wide for a split second. But back up to 2nd place, you can see the 03 and the 23 are side by side. Well, not really anymore going into turn number 1. Now they are. Because we have 18 laps in the book. Here goes the 03. He's going to be pretty much equal there with the 23 down the back straightaway. 23 gets a shove to the 35. As they're side by side for 2nd. Almost going to be side by side here. I think he will be side by side with the 35. Using that bottom lane, they're going to be 3 wide for the lead off of turn number 4. They are 3 wide for the lead right now, but get the advantage, I think, to the line to the 35 machine. Barely, but he was. That lap. 19 in the book, and they're still 3 wide for the lead. Hash, Dingler. With those 3 being 3 wide, gives an opportunity for the 00 on the 84 to close in. Oh, and those 3 gets real close up the track. I don't think the 35 expected that. I don't think the 03 kind of expected that there. 84 and the 00 now in the picture here. As the 35 goes high, the 03 goes low, and the 23 looks like in the middle. He's going to wash up corner X. It gives the opportunity for this 03 machine to be side by side with him down the front straightaway as we are 1/5 into the race tonight. 35 giving a nice shove to the 03. Rumor has it he's on a new wheel and pedal set, so he might be really figuring this out tonight as he's going to lose a couple spots here as he's on the inside lane. He's going to get freight trained here as the 00 is going to be, sorry, the 00 is going to be side by side with him going into turn number 3, and it looked like they might have made a tiny little bit of contact there. Oh, even more contact there as the 87 gets into him. Oh, the 35's around. And it's going to be a caution. I didn't think that one was going to be a caution. Is the 87 around? The 87's not around. I can see why the caution is over the safety of the field. That's literally within the top 5. But like this is close racing here. The 35 goes down the bottom groove here. I think you can see it get a little bit upset. It gets a little bit upset there. And the 87 kind of can see right there, sees he's going to get upset. So this is a fair caution because, both trucks were sideways. You can see right here, both trucks are sideways. Who knows if they overcorrect, get back and cross the field, and we're talking about a 16 truck pileup. But round goes to 35. He might have to potentially consider coming down pit road and taking tires here. But he gets saved by not making that horrible mistake of going down pit road. But yeah, that's unlike some cautions we've seen this season, I think this is a fair caution because you got 2 trucks sideways, exit turn 4, and I'll pause it right here. You can see from the rear chase of things, there's 15 trucks, 16 trucks back there. So if these 2 actually do go around, like if they are unable to save it and they go back in the track, I mean, you're taking 6, 7, 8 trucks with them, and there's even 4 more guys behind them that potentially been involved in that one. But you can see the 35 does come down pit road, and that looks like he's taking a set of tires. So does the 12. All right, I need to ask Dylan a question here. So we'll pull him up real quick so I can get confirmation on this. Dylan told me I can do this, so we're gonna do this real quick. Dylan, I have a question for you. How many sets of tires do these drivers get?
They have 4 sets of tires. There was some miscommunication with the post that went out for the drivers earlier today, but it is 4 sets.
All right, that makes sense because I was going off of 2 sets and I see some drivers taking tires there and I go, that seems a little bit too early.
It is. That would indeed be too early. 2 sets is not viable here for 100 laps, is what we determined.
All right, that is the only question I had, so thank you for answering that.
Yes, sir.
As that was in-race admin Dylan Hill there with our response, and that makes sense. I feel like that makes sense. I guess the 03 pitting there underneath the last caution was on fresh set of tires, so that makes sense how he went from 10th to 1st. And he's kind of in a situation where he needs to earn as many points as he does. Again, we'll pull up the points real quick. 22 behind the cut line. Yes, there's 3 races left, but you need to average 7 more points than whoever the driver is currently sitting in 12th place is. So the fact that you're 17th in points, 18th and 19th in points, the fact that you have to try to jump 8 drivers, also averaging 7 more points, it's as many points as it can get here. And when we do get back to racing here, as the pace lights are off on the iRacing.com pace track, in case you can't see it, it's right behind our scoring pylon here. It's halfway in the stage, and things are going to start getting interesting here. It's already been interesting. We had 3 cautions in the first 24 laps, so there is that. But when we do go back racing here, in about 2 turns, it'll be Kevin Hash, Ryan Dingler, Matt Cherry, Elena Polinsky, Chris Gale, Dave Matson before Gale, Adam Boyles, Paul Majivka's up here in the top 10. Good solid run for him. Shane Fuller and Ray Renard, your top 10. Treston Ott, Brian Mills, Pamatat, Gregory Kloosterhuis run out your top 15. But the pace truck is off the racing surface, and they'll be approaching the Geico restart zone. And you can see, I think it's a little bit more of a delayed start this time for the 03 machine, as he didn't have the support from the 87 behind him. But he's still able to get out to a pretty far lead, almost 2.5 tenths over the field. That's going to shrink up real quick as it's side-by-side between the 84 and the 23 here through turn number 1. See, I'm surprised the 4. I like Paul. Paul's a nice guy, but just not someone I see up front usually, and he's been able to. I think it might have been Bristol where we've seen a little bit of a rough start from him. restart, and that's a pretty good restart for Paul. He improves week in and week out here. He's going to get a shove from the 15 machine off of turn number 4. As there was a pass for the lead, as the 84 does get around with help from his teammate here of the 23 machine of Dingler, get to the race lead. Single file for the first 3 trucks. Then you can see side by side between the 09 and the 00. The 03 is saying, hang on, not so fast. Let me potentially get to the bottom line, try to slide job you guys up turn number 4. And this is also going to get help from the 09 machine. A little further on back in the pack, it's going to be side by side. But back out front, Kevin Hash is able to keep a heck of a run there and go right to the lead. That is a surprising move. And it's under caution. I don't. Oh, the 4 trucks involved. I was just praising him. The 24's in the grass. No, Paul. Oh, you're currently because he started from pit road. What happened here? And you got to see the 13 truck also involved in this. So let's see what happened here. We're into turn number 3. 4 ran it okay. 3. Maybe 3 wide. Oh, the 13 truck comes up. And then netcode. So the 13 truck comes up the track. They're 4 wide. They're four wide. 13 truck, 35, 26. And there's no one did anything wrong. They're 4 wide. The only mistake I see right here is coming off of turn number 4. See the 13 truck move up the track. I mean, they make contact there. But here comes Netcode. Netcode's into him. Oh, Matt Kloosterhuis again, another innocent bystander. Oh, the 33 truck also got involved. And it looks like everyone else gets through. Matt Kloosterhuis, bad luck, just gets involved in the wreck again. But again, it's 4 wide. No one did anything really wrong here, except just a split second coming off of turn number 4. See right here, I mean, the 13 truck thought the 4 truck was going to be a little bit higher up the track, and I think the 4 truck could have been a little bit higher on the track. But again, he's got a truck to his outside. So, I mean, he just has a half a lane, if anything, he could be up. But again, he doesn't have to. He's running the seam. You can see he doesn't come down the track or anything. He maintained his line and everything. It's just a 13 truck that is going to be a little bit higher. I mean, it's fine. It's a racing deal. And then here is just netcode. So here's that. And again, just some innocent bystanders. The 33 truck, Josh Coley, and the 24 truck, Matt Kloosterhuis. 2 trucks also involved in that one. We're under, I think, our 5th caution tonight, or 4th or 5th caution tonight. The other 3 trucks back out front, potentially to give himself another good restart. While we're underneath this caution, I'm going to take a split second to grab myself a cup of water. I recommend you guys do that too, for those of you watching at home, as we are 28% into tonight's race. If I had to guess, we should get into 1 to green this time. So I'm gonna run and make this quick. So be right back. But we are back just in time for the restart here. And we're going to come back racing with about 21 laps to go on the stage. It's Hash, Cherry, Dingler, Gregory, Mosier, Pamitat, Ott, Gale. Right now, Ott, your top 10 on this restart as the pace truck's off the racing surface. And into the Geico restart zone we go as they're back on it. A little bit more calmer restart for the inside line as they're wrecking back there. I think that's a 29 machine involved. It is. What happened this time? All right, here we go. Here's the restart. No. Don't tell me George is involved in it. All right, let's watch it. George, please tell me you weren't involved in this one. Well, he's currently making his case over the radio, saying there's not enough room. Well, let's currently point some things out in front of the field real quick. We're gonna take a look at what the 09 runs here. Right on that seam. So I mean, there is a lane here. The 29 was discussing it with the 94 over the driver comm. And you can see right here, the 94, I mean, he sees an opportunity. He thinks maybe he's going to run down what would be that third seam on the track. Okay, we can see what looked to be the 84 and the 48 and a 00 seem to be running up there. That third seam. But when it does happen there, you can kind of see. I mean, he's on the seam, on the fourth seam. There's a lane there. I can't explain anything there. There's a lane there. George just sees a lane, sees an opportunity. He's gonna take it. Yeah, I mean, George probably watching from his onboard. Where? Oh, wrong driver. That's why. Which one was onboard? I mean, the lane's there. There is a lane there. But I just think he thinks Welsenbach's going to run lower than he does. Which then causes a wreck. Oh, and I think that's the Ford truck who hit his teammate, man. No, not Paul. Yeah, it was the Ford truck. Damn. I don't know if I can really blame that 100% on George, though. Because, I mean, you left. He's trying to say that this is all on George? Like, you left the lane there. This to me is a racing deal. We'll probably potentially put blame on George when it comes to the race review release tomorrow. But again, it's a racing deal. He thought that the 29 is going to potentially run that third seam. Like, you see, I don't know if we can see this up here, if he's up here still or not. Really taking a long time to dissect this. But you see the 84 truck, when he goes in the corner, right in that third seam. So when he attempted to go on the outside, he thought it was going to just interesting. So interesting is all I have to say. I don't know how you can put. I don't know who you can put blame on that one for. I don't know if you can put blame on George, put blame on Matt, put blame on the racing deal, put blame on me. I don't know. I've been streaming with that desktop audio. Oops. Well, while we get this for a second, we're going to turn this down for it because it seems to be a little bit loud in my headset. I don't know who you put blame on for that one. That's what I'm trying to figure out. Who do you put blame on that one for? And that's good thing I'm not the one who has to determine that one. But we're going to be getting to our 7th restart of the race, 6th restart of the race, or something like that. It's going to be Payne, Polinsky, Ott, Gale, Ott, Rittenauer, Boyles, Kloosterhuis, Matson, and Joseph C. Gordon, your top 10 for this restart. You know, I think a couple guys that come down pit road here with that couple additional sets of tires. I thought they only had 2 sets, but they have 4. But the iRacing.com pace truck is off the racing surface. It's going to be the 2 teammates of the Pamatat and Gale on the outside lane here. As the green flag's back in the air as they went late into the zone. And not as good as a restart you've seen from the 03 machine. And it's going to give an opportunity for this inside lane to be a little bit closer than we've seen the last couple of restarts. It actually gives an opportunity for the 15 machine to go bring it 3 wide per second. Side by side with Polinsky for second place. That 15 machine 00 slides up the track like he probably should. By the way, the 03 machine did come down pit road. He's going to be back in about 15th place. But we saw last time he was back there, he mowed his way through the field. And it's going to be side-by-side battle off turn number 4 between the 15 machine and the 48 machine. And get that slight edge, I think, potentially coming to the line of the 48. As that one would be too close to call if it was a photo finish, man. And it's going to be 3 wide, a little bit further on in the top 5 here. And we're side-by-side for the first 8 positions. Count 10. It looks to be side-by-side. This will actually be 3 wide, as the 23 is going to be 3 wide. 2 wide now to 24. Still side by side for the lead. The 15 is going to get a little bit of a help, a little bit of a push. Arrow push from the 35 going into turn number 3. Potentially could be close enough, but he won't be, as the 48 is going to have a pretty decent run coming off of turn number 4. And it might be another one of those situations where it's side by side, too close to call, gives the edge to the 48 again. 35 laps in the book, coming to 15 to go on the stage. That's right, we still have 15 laps to go. We still have 65 laps to go on this one tonight. Oh, they're 3 wide off of turn number 2. And they're still going to be side by side for the lead here. Payment on the outside, inside is going to be Ott. Ran a little bit lower than you probably want to see, but he's going to complete the pass this time on the 48 machine. We're not going to see a side by side kind of photo finish for the lead this time. Give lap number 36 to a former driver of the 36 machine. Oh, trust not. He's been in the 15 number for a couple of seasons now. So, I mean, he's your race later. Side by side for second between a 22 machine and a 35 machine. But that's going to not work well for the 22, but he has to drop in line. But kind of like a 3-car draft here, 3-truck draft between the 15, the 48, and the 35. Here goes the 48 looking at the inside of the 15 machine. Thought a little bit better, but gives a push to the 15 here. As we're coming to 23 to go on this, 13 to go on the stage. Getting a little bit behind myself. As there's a lot of 3 wide action a little bit further on back in the pack here. We'll get right onto it. Just had to click through it. You can see 3 wide between the 03. Well, I guess not really. Wasn't really 3 wide there between the 03 and the 5. The 76. Still up front. Nothing really happened between these guys. This is the true definition of multi-groove racing. Something you really don't hear of nowadays on iRacing. You hear, mostly it's like a single groove track. And you see a lot of drivers are making multiple grooves work. We've seen the 03 really make that bottom groove work here. As we're now 12 to go on the stage. And it's still the 15 machine out front. As the 09 looks on the inside of the 35. 35, put the 22 on the wall. He's going to bounce off of it. And that's going to stack things up in the outside lane for a split second. The 84 moves up a spot. The 57 moves up a spot. Now side by side for second as that 09 machine really is starting to work that bottom groove. And you can see 3 wide for multiple positions here. And actually, it's just one group of 3 wide racing. It's a 26, the 76, and the 94 are 3 wide. The 94 were involved in the last caution. Now you can see 3 wide in front of them between the 03, the 23, and the 22. Is that actually the battle for the last stage point? as we have 11 to go in the stage. Out front, Maxon's now side by side with Tresnant. There's racing everywhere out here. And now you're going to potentially see the 84 machine take it 3 wide for the race lead. All the way down to the bottom group. And we have a caution. And that looks to be the 22 machine back there involved. Right when things got interesting. And it sounds like Ryan Dingler was involved in this one. Let's watch this one. Let's see how this one unfolded. I heard someone say they were not clear. Let's see here. They're 3 wide. 26 goes high. You looked to let him in. He wasn't going in anywhere, Manning. What do you mean that you were letting up to let him in? You got into the back of him. You see, what? That's a major disagreement I have with what the 26 was saying over the radio. 26, yes, he makes a move, trying to go high on him. That's fine. At the same time, you're right there on his quarter panel. You're right there. You're not even close to being in the lane with a 22 truck. You saying you're letting up to let him in? That one's an interesting. I ain't gonna have to. I like to know what he means by he's letting up. Let him in. You can see the 23 does not move at all. He's right on this seam here. The third seam on the track, the third seam we actually mentioned in the last caution, by the way. He's right on it. And the 26 is actually the one who wasn't clear here. Kind of see. He moved down the track. You kind of see him here. Where's the 26 truck? He's up in 10th. Kind of actually see him here. Move up the track and then slightly move down the track. I don't get what he was trying to say over the radio, that the 23 truck wasn't clear and he was trying to let him in. That one I do not get. I think we're under our 7th, 8th caution of the night, as we're just about halfway in tonight's event. I'm going to take this time right now as we're going to get to, I think, the 1 degree this time. The 15 truck did call out the high side. Make sure you guys leave a like, subscribe, share this with all your friends. Marathon Racing Network. I know for sure we're going to do the remainder of the truck series, and there could be more in the future. I'm not 100% sure. I know I'm going to race Premier, so we'll figure this out. But it's going to be Ott Cherry on row number 1. Number 2 is going to see Matson, Pamatat, Landon Polinsky, Shane Fuller, Chris Gill, Kevin Hash, and Manning Gregory round out your top 10. As when we do get back racing, it's going to be 7 to go on the stage. Again, the stage is out number 15. Stage points paid out to your top 10 points, 10 to 1. And again, there's some drivers up here in that top 10 right now that need some points, including that 000. You see that 57, the 46, the 03, and the 26, all kind of in a need as many points you can earn type of situation. So they're going to come out here and try to probably get as many points as they can in this stage. So we should be seeing a pretty exciting stage end here. As again, there is a caution at the end of the stage, so. As I believe there was an interception just in the Packers-Raiders game. So there is that going on for you guys. All of the Raiders fans are upset about that one. I would be too. Again, yeah, we have 7 to go and 6 to go in the stage once we get back to the line. Sorry, 7 to go in the stage once we get back to the line. Tresnant's going to have a push. I think it looks like it's going to be a decent potential restart opportunity here for him with the 48 machine. Not really sure because they're not in chat together, so looks like it's just a G-Count drivers of Patterson, and Sawyer. The pace truck is off the track, but they're in the Geico restart zone as we're back racing here at Michigan. That's kind of the restart we've seen out of the 03 truck tonight. And the 15 truck, he's going to have a pretty decent gap, but he's going to potentially have to defend one of these two trucks, one of these two Silverados behind him. What am I talking about? Majority of the field Silverados. As the 09 is giving a decent shove to the 84 into turn number 3. To the bottom lane goes the 84, trying to see if he can work his way in front of the 15 machine. He's going to be clear. I think even the 09 machine might have been clear there. As the 03 is down on the apron. 6 laps to go on the stage. Oh, the 09 is going to try to block the 48. Some aggressive moves being pulled on here. This is going to be side by side off turn number 2 between the 09 and the 48 machine. And it's even side by side further on back in the pack here. Single file even further on back in the back of the pack. 15 truck going to give a shove, arrow shove the 09 machine going into turn number 3. You can see the 26 truck runs a little bit high here. So they're going to have some lap traffic to deal with. As the 76 truck's going to stay high. Everyone's going to have to avoid them. 3 wide further on back. This track is like 7 groups wide. As they're going to be 3 wide for the lead. Trust that goes to the bomb. Three wide for the lead again, going through turn number 2. And it's going to be side by side between 84 and, a 9 to 15 truck's going to have to try to go a little further back, but he doesn't. And it's going to be side by side now for 3rd. And where did the 94 truck come from? Started 2nd tonight. Most of the stage, he's just been nowhere. As the 09 goes from the top of the bomb line, trying to get the inside of the 84 here. Coming to 4 laps to go on the stage. As there's a lot of 3 wide racing, as the 15 truck goes up and blocks the 46 truck. Oh, there'll almost be 4 wide, 3 wide for sure. They're going to be 4 wide between the 46 truck coming here up from turn number 2. They might almost be 5 wide. They're going to be 3 wide. 46 truck goes down block. 84 still going to have the advantage off turn number 2. Side by side, they're 3 wide again, still for 3rd place. CO9 goes up bottom lane here. See if he can potentially pull a slider and get in front of the 84 machine. He will, but he's going to watch the 84 cross him over. Coming to the line, 3 laps to go on the stage. He can even give that lap, I think, led to the 84 machine. 2-time winner in the season, Matt Cherry. Oh, things are starting to get dicey. We might not finish this stage under green, as there's still 3 wide in here in this front pack. The 29 was involved in a couple of wrecks side by side. Now calling down to 2 wide for 3rd. But here goes the 09 machine back to the bottom lane to see if he can pull it off again. Pit lane will be closed this time off of turn number 4 as they come to the stripe for 2 laps to go on the stage. And I think the 09 is going to for sure happen as the 84 goes down, tries to get some draft. 2 laps to go in the stage. The 94 machine is going to try to give a little bit of a shove here to see if they can work together to get by this 09 machine. As it's been exciting racing here through the top 10. Oh, a couple of blinks from the 09 machine. That might interrupt his run here. But he's going to go up and try a side draft again. Side draft's not a thing in these trucks. Again, don't quote me 100% on that one. A shove from the 94 into the back of the 84. The 84 is going to be the leader this time, coming off of turn number 4. To come and get the white flag in the stage. White flag, 1 lap to go as they're 3 wide between for 5th. 09 goes up into the 94. A shove into the back of the 84 from the 94. I don't think we're going to finish this lap under green. I don't think so, man. They're still going to be side by side. They're going to be 4 wide. 4 wide between. There it is. It's not even for the race lead. It's going to be involved. I think the 89 machine was involved. And he was. Matt Quick was involved. Let's go ahead and watch this one from the far chase machine. So let's go on back here. and watch what happened. I thought it's going to be between those 4 trucks in front, but nah, it's a little bit further on in the back of the top 10 here. But it just gets 4 wide off of turn 2. Going down the back straightaway, the 89, I mean, he has a run. Again, it's a situation, I think, where the 26 is just... I mean, the 00 is in the wall up here. He's up in the wall. So, I mean, can't, like, blame... It's just 4 wide. Everything just comes together here down the back straightaway. Want the 89 just to give up a run? This is a racing deal, I think. I have to say, it's 4 wide coming to the stage end. I mean, you're half a lap from stage points. In reality, it's just 1 truck at wreck, taking a little bit further up. And I mean, just I'm surprised some trucks didn't just clobber them going down the back straightaway. But again, just watching it, I mean, nothing anyone can really do. I mean, the 35 is going to come up the track like he should. And he probably also thinks he's only 3 wide coming up the track. So he thinks he potentially can go up 2 grooves like he can and be like an actual 3 wide battle, not thinking that the 89's there. Also probably doesn't think that 00's up there. He probably does think he's 3 wide, but doesn't think the 00's up there. So thinking maybe the 26 will go up towards the wall like he should be, and then gets an opportunity for the 89 to be right there. But I don't think that's a situation there between him. I think it's more along the lines of, I think the 26 comes slightly down here. Again, I mean, you can see the 00. He's a tiny bit into the wall there. At the same time, like, you need more spatial awareness, I guess, on that one. You have, I think, a half a car length to be able to move up just a tiny bit, because 89 is on your inside right there. So, I mean, if you just come off the corner like that, perfectly fine. I mean, 00 is going to be in the wall. All right, it's going to happen. But then you also might see the 00 up the track. I don't know, I think this is more of a racing deal coming to the stage end type of thing. But again, I think the 26 also came down. So it's tough to say. But I'm pretty sure you can go ahead and give that stage to the 84 machine. Kind of like his 3rd, 4th one of the season kind of a thing. Depends what you want to call it. But he did win the stage tonight. But coming out on first on this race, that's going to be the 87 machine. Oh, Ray Rittenauer, you're defending Premier Series champion. But he didn't come down pit road and pit here. He's on an all 11 lap stint. He might be in a situation here where he might have took too many tires in that first 50 lap stint. By the way, we got a touchdown by the Green Bay Packers in this Packers-Raider game. It's not all tied up. But anywho, let's go back on focus on what we're here to focus on. Some racing. When we do get back going here, it's going to be, doing quick math, 47 laps to go. And it's going to be Rittenauer Cherry on the front row. You can see Hash, Matson, Tressenot, George Balpins, Brandon Pamitat, Surratt, Matthew Wesenbach, and Matt Quick. Round out top 10 here. Quick being involved in that last caution. Might have took his fast repair. We can actually take a look at that data. He did not take his fast repair, so it might not have been enough damage for him. But there is some drivers in here. Wesenbach has used his fast repair. Also can see that Balpins has also used his fast repair. When it comes down to the end of this thing, you can also see that the 46 machine has used his fast repair. And you can also see here that the 23's used his fast repair and the 4 truck. Pace truck is off the track, by the way, and that I think might be it. There's a couple more trucks back here in Branden Kloosterhuis have also used a fast repair. But again, it's going to be a pretty decent restart with the 2 teammates on the outside lane here. Not as good as the last time they were together in the outside lane. But we're going to go back racing. 47 laps to go. They're 3 wide off turn number 2. Is the 03 is really crowding the 84 there in the bottom lane. As they're going to just ride right by the 87, by the way, who's out there on 12 lap old tires. That's actually going to potentially be bothersome for that outside groove. As Matt Cherry goes back to the lead, it's going to be side by side. Kevin Hash took him while he's back up here. As they're almost 4 wide again, they're for sure 3 wide for 5th. They're going to be 4 wide here with the 87 machine at some point. The 5 truck might be a little bit of a victim here being behind this 87 machine. 87 again might be just a tiny bit slow. Storm Patterson did say something about being able to finally take some tires, so I think he might be on some tires. As the 03 is going to use that bottom lane like we've seen him do all night long and just come right up, try to block the outside lane here. So it's the 15 truck of Tressenot. He's going to look high. I don't know if that's a smart choice this time, because that 03 looks very well in the bottom groove. Again, keeping up on that point situation. 03 trying to do as many points as he can here. In the Premier Series, he was pretty good at this track. But again, that's a different truck. The 84 sideways, he's going to now end up... it doesn't affect him that much. Last couple of trucks we've seen go sideways, drop like a rock in a 2-foot creek. But it's going to be side by side between the 15 and the 03. It's going to be 3 wide a little bit further on back here. That looks to be for 6th. And it's a 29 Thopper, split second going inside the 35. And they're going to be side by side here. 3 wide between the 46 to the 29, 84. Even 3 wide a little bit further on back here. It looks a little bit calmer. These guys know that. I mean, these guys are racing like hooligans up here. But move Brandon Pannertap up to second. He's back up in the top 3 again. Working well. These two seem to work really well tonight. The 48 machine, the 15 machine. It's going to be 3 wide for a split second. This is going to be for second place. 03, 94, and the 48. You look like the 94 was trying to side draft again. I'm not 100% sure they're side drafting these vehicles. Complete 57 on a 58. Means there's 43 laps to go. And the 94 machine goes to the top. This will be the first time I think tonight he's going to be classified as a race leader as he's side by side with the 15 machine. 15's going to have a little bit more of a together line here, as the 46 truck was a little bit further behind. Val Fans is going to try to see if he can do anything as they're wrecking behind him. The 29 machine. Oh, man. Well, let's watch this one. Let's see what happened here. Oh, that 43 truck. What? What's the 43 truck trying to do here? Trying to watch everything here. I mean, I get coming, like, washing up a tiny bit off the corner, but that's a lot, man. You see, he goes from the seam up to the next seam. He doesn't get much damage. Neither does the 29 truck, but there's more damage. I know that happened further on back here. Watch the 45 machine. Goes to the bottom lane. Goes to the line you normally see in here at Michigan. Oh no. It's a bystander move. You can see the 09, I think, thinks these are going to wreck further more up the track. So he's just going to react. And that just destroys both trucks. Getting back to the caution, I was trying to figure out the actual cause of caution here. Like 29, I mean, he comes down, runs his seam, but like watching here, you can see he doesn't leave his seam. But you can see that 43 leaves his seam. Like we'll call it seam racing right now. Pay attention to the seam. You can see the 43 truck is gonna run that bottom seam. Perfectly fine. But then he just, I don't know if it gets tight. Oh no, the 03 to get it. The 03 might have some damage from that one, but I'm just trying to figure out what I give him the benefit of the doubt. He might get tight, and then he might have gotten just trying to run corner. But you also need another. The truck high. I think a lot of things we're learning here. Some people need to learn some spatial awareness. But here we go. We're now to 40 laps going in the event tonight. We've been here for an hour, and we're 60 laps into it. Thread of rain, I mean, there could be a tiny thread of rain here. A very, very tiny threat. If I were to pull up the very not real IRC.com radar, you might see some clouds that could produce some rain that could potentially end this one. I'm not going to 100% say that for sure. It's the same 27 minutes left in the session tonight. I think these are 2.5 hour race sessions, so I hope we don't take another hour to complete 40 laps. But on this restart, you can see the two brothers in the high line. It's going to be Trust George Balpants on row 1. Row 2, you're going to see the 57 of Fuller and a 35 of Sawyer. In row 3, you're going to see Dingler and Gale. Row 4, you're going to see Pamatat and Joseph C. Gordon, Matthew Kloosterhuis, and Storm Patterson round out your top 10. But it's going to be a couple of teammates working against each other here on this restart. But the pace truck is off, and into the Geico restart zone we go, and they're on, and that outside duel gets a better restart. They're getting a real good restart. They're going to get a little bit better restart there from the 23 and the 48. They seem to be working real well there together. But move up to Sawyer up again. He's been in the race lead tonight. He's been up front. I know I'm about 90% sure he's got a new wheel and pedal, so this is an interesting one for him. And you see a little bit of a maneuver there, a little bit of a wiggle from the 46 truck coming up at 2. And they'll be side by side for 4th, 5th. No, that's 4th. It might almost be 3 wide here for a split second. No, they won't, but they'll be side by side for the first 2 rows. Side by side for 1st, side by side for 3rd, side by side for 5th. Almost can give every single prevailing position there to the outside lane. The 94 truck will go to the bottom lane here. By the way, Storm Patterson's been back up in the top 10. I think it might be the first time he might actually have been in the top 10 tonight, as they're still side by side. Gives a slight edge off turn number 2, and then 94 truck, as he's going to get a decent shove from the 23 down the back straightaway going into turn number 3. 94 trucks had a couple of rough races, a really rough race at Bristol a couple weeks ago, and this is something we're going to say with confidence when he comes across the line. He is your new race leader as he gets a decent shove from the 15 truck. Lost a lot of points after an incident. He would be one of those drivers potentially in a yellow background, but he's in a red background. He needs to try to get as many points as he can. No, he was involved in that wreck earlier. Potentially could be some points losing situation. Who knows? But he's now going to be with the lead off turn number 2. Side by side now for a second between the 23 and the 15. And the 46 truck. He's going to be the first time we're going to mention him battling for the race lead tonight. And it's side by side, mostly up front, and a little bit further on back, single file. Matt Klooster, who's been involved in a couple of incidents without his doing. It's been a bystander instance. It's a 23 truck, I think, led that lap that last time by, as he was side by side with the 94 machine. 23, by the way, did give me a number for my scoring pylon, so thank for him. So the numbers matches his truck, but now he can for sure give him the race lead off at turn number 2. As a lot of trucks are jostling around the track, a little bit upset here. As by the way, a new fast lap was set by the 84 truck. But here goes the 15 truck to the bottom line. He's going to be side by side for a split second with the 23. Then they're going to be really close side by side coming up at turn number 2. A lot of trucks are loose this time off of 4. They're going to be 4 wide for 4th. They're 4 wide for a split second. All contact me with the 46 truck. You thought that truck was going to be sideways for a split second when you were watching that. Back out front, the 94 truck said, hey, I like that race lead. Give me it back as he goes to the bottom lane here. You're going to be side by side with the 23, potentially able to go right to the bottom lane and potentially try to complete a pass on a 23 truck. I think he's going to be able to pull a slider here. But will the 23 truck do what we've seen the 84 truck do tonight? His teammate, he's going to go to the high line. He's going to get help from the 15 truck. Give lap 66 lead to the number 94. 34 laps to go. See kind of a breakaway for the top 5 here. 6th place and Sawyer Ross a little bit further back, as those Silverados are trying to work together. And like I said earlier, a lot of Silverados in the field tonight as a... What? Why? Why did that happen? I don't know. Back out front. It's just kind of like 5 trucks and got about half a second back to 6th place. As they're 3 wide for 3rd place again. 84 trucks going to try and make it 3 wide. They're going to almost try to make it 4 wide for the race lead. Oh, the 94 slides up just a tiny bit. You know, a lot of trucks seem to like to run that first grip. I know I would when I was running these. And it's going to calm back down to single file racing. And it's going to single file out as it's now the 2 battery racing machines in the 84 truck and the 23 truck leading the field. 3 Silverados and 2 Fords in your top 5. Side by side between Pamitat and Patterson. That'll be a battle for 8th. As the 03 machine thought he might have had a tiny bit of damage there, but doesn't look like he has enough to really affect his truck here. He's going to be here back half the top 10. It's a decent point save for him, I would say. I don't know how many stage points he got, but he's trying to, again, get as many points as he can as he's in a very rough situation here. But the 94 truck trying to look a little bit lower here on the 15 truck. And it's be a battle for 3rd. As we might be approaching our longest green flag run of the race on lap number 69. Nice. And we'll come to the line and complete lap number 69. Nice. 31 laps to go. Yeah, it's really single filed out here in the first 6 trucks. First field side-by-side battle you're going to see between the 35 and the 03. I feel like the top 6 might be like, okay, let's try to lock some laps here. As the 35 is going to look on the inside of that number 03 machine. And going to be side by side for a split second there coming up to number 4. Again, nothing really happening out front. It's calmed down just a tiny bit. Again, they're running single file. First 7 trucks be side by side for 8th between Patterson and Hash. And they gotta go for a back rear, another side by side battle. As it looks like the 24 truck might have been a little bit loose there from bumper to the 33 machine. I think they're kind of calmed down for now. As the 45 looks on the inside here, the 03 looks on the inside of the 57. A couple guys trying to move on up, and I think you might be seeing some lap traffic here. Yep, 76 truck is upcoming here for race leaders. But don't look now, but here comes Kevin Hash. Sorry on the pull tonight. Probably a pretty decent amount of laps tonight. As he's out front. Oh! Trouble! What happened? What did happen there? Oh, this looks to be off the front bumper of the 94 truck. This is trust not. No caution for this, by the way. They're still green, so we're going to try to get this replay and get back up to the live action. Oh, the 94 had a hell of a run. And you know, the number one thing you really don't do in kind of racing, this kind of like pack racing, is push in the corner. And that's kind of what happened there between the 94 and the 15 there. And unfortunately, that's going to put the 15 kind of out of contention for now. Could be a saver for him, as this does look like a pretty decent green flag run here as the 03 does get back out front to the race lead. I knew it was coming. I knew they would see the 03 back out front the way it was going. I mean, he was just mowing him down, picking him off one by one. And the 45 truck's kind of following with him here. Now in front of this 94 machine. Now they're going to be side by side again. But it's going to be two teammates working together with the 84 and the 23 truck. But the 03 is able to split them off right there. As we're going to come to lap number 75, 74 in the book, 26 laps to go. And we're talking about our longest green flag run of the race. And now, going to be coming to the talk of when do we see a potential final pit stop? And some of these guys are on 15 laps onto this run, 23 laps for Dingler. You can hear that the 35's pitting this time, so he might have known that it was time to come down for pit window. He was on lap number 23, so he will join his teammate in Treston Ott in this fuel window. What happened to 23? 23 also came down pit road that time, so looks like maybe 23 laps is the fuel window, 23, 24. As things have calmed down up front, you can see side by side between Max and Quick. This will be for 6th place. As Coley's getting a pretty decent push here. The 09, as more trucks will be calling out pitting this time. So I think the window is starting to open up. You can see the 94 and the 57 are going to come down this time. And you can hear some trucks getting off pit road there. As Kevin Hash is right there, by the way, on 84. And don't look down. Thornton Patterson, I think he spent most of the race ever since that incident, like just running back in the back of the pack. As by the way, 23 was able to get out in front of our race leader. So he's right now pretty much last truck on the lead lap. Yeah, he'd be the last truck on the lead lap. Sorry, as a lap down. Doesn't look like anyone's coming down pit road this lap. 77 in the book, 23 to go. As again, I mean, it's like a 3-truck breakaway, and then you have to go about 1 second almost behind these guys. As you can see 94 and the 57 come back into the track. There's the 35, so the 35 goes out of lucky dog position now to the 3rd truck 1 lap down. The 94 is kind of pretty much able to merge right back into where he was on the racetrack. But he does have fresher tires. He's going to have about, I don't know, 15, 16 lap fresher tires than the guys on the racetrack. And as we're coming to 22 laps to go, it's still Matt Cherry out front being followed by the 03 machine. And there you go. You can see the 94 is just able to get to the bottom groove here. Complete a move on the 45. You can also see the 35 try to come up through the field. Now, the only disadvantage they have on this here is that when these guys do come down pit road, I'm expecting in the next 5-ish laps that they're going to be on that many more less old tires. And see, it's now side by side for the last car in the lead lap. as both the 35 and the 94 just drove right by 84 like they were staying still. And you can now see the 57 do this. I expect some of these guys to come down pit road in the next 3-4 laps. So, we saw 23 out of the 35 and the 94 and guys. So we should be expecting some of these guys to come down pit road and for sure be in their fuel window. Now trying to see your first actual battle on the track for position. That's going to be back into 7th place as a 46 truck actually is going to end that battle. Oh, it looks like a Coley might have gotten hit in the rear end coming on pit road. I thought he did. Well, most certainly as the 03 was all in the top part of the track. Interesting choice to come down pit road at that time. But that leaves a couple trucks here. Trying to figure out where things are starting to... I'm finding it hard because we're in the middle of a green flag run. So I'm trying to figure out who would be that first truck on the lead lap. And see, here comes race leader Matt Sherry, the 45 truck. I think right now, yeah, it'd be Sawyer, who's currently running back in 9th place, would be out in front as your race leader. Again, it'll be a kind of a tire disadvantage here. It's about 5 laps. Where's it? Kelvin Mosier. Oh no. No, Kelvin still needs to come down pit road. So your race leader should be the 35 once this all cycles out. Right now it looks to be the 43 truck. But yeah, there goes 35 around. Where's Ryan Dingler? Ryan Dingler is some 3 seconds in front of this. So hang on, once things cycle out here, you can see that number coming down on the right side of the screen. I think it's going to be Ryan Dingler, your race leader. Yeah, here's Kelvin Mosier. He's leading pit road right now. Ryan Dingler is going to have about a 2.5, 3 second lead on the field. I've never really seen that one before. That's an interesting one. Now these guys are going to kind of have to work together to try to catch them. See the two sipping and shining teammates of Coley and Rittenauer try to battle here for second. And this is kind of a tire disadvantage. Some of these guys fall into pitting 4 or 5 laps in front of the rest of these guys. But Dingler's only running about 0.4 of a second slower. And that doesn't really help here because you can see there's slowing down between the 15, the 35 and the 87. But here comes 84, 45, 03. These guys are all on probably 2-3 lap old set of tires here. As we're now coming to 16 laps to go. Dingler has a 2.8 second lead. That number is coming down as he's running about 0.3 of a second slower, almost a half a second slower, almost a full second slower than his teammate. So I mean, we're seeing like it paid off early part of the runs. He was able to gap him by 2.7 seconds, but it's also going to pay major dividends as he's losing a lot of time to some of these drivers. There's a little bit of a snake situation there going on by the 33 truck with the 84 truck. As the 84, 45, 03 all came down pit road within a lap of each other. the 33 come down about a lap or so before. Patterson, Cherry. And you can see now we're approaching 10 laps to go for Dingler. Sorry, 10 laps into the run. Now 11 laps into the run for Dingler. And that's where and some of those guys who came down early part of this run. But now here comes a question. Did they pit too soon? Because we are now on to 14 laps to go. 86 in the book, 14 to go. Did they pit too soon? Like, I think Dingler had to pit. He had, like, no choice. But could that no choice potentially cost him this race? As we're now side-by-side battle for third. 45 truck trying to get around the 33 machine, sorry. As we're now down to 13 laps to go. That's 87 are in the book. We're 87% into this race tonight. See, we're on our longest green flag around the race. We thought we might have had caution there with the issue between the 94 and the 15 truck off turn number 2. No caution there. But we're still side by side here. As the guys are really starting to close in on 23 machine. It's now 1.4 seconds. So they closed in well over a second in 2 laps. Coming to the line, 12 laps to go. I mean, these guys can race side by side all they want. They're still catching Dingler at an astonishing rate. Dingler's last lap is a 40.68 compared to a 40.1, a 40.0 by the rest of these guys here in the top 5. All within an earshot of each other. And you can see Dingler's just not that far ahead. He's right there. As the caution's out. Oh, we're under caution. Wrecked. Oh, the 24 truck damaged in this one. What happened? What happened? Matt Kloosterhuis, by the way. Goes low. Oh, they meet in the middle. Trying to, I guess, arc it into the corner. 57 truck. Why did he come down the track? Well, they meet in the middle, coming into the corner here. That sends the 24 truck around. One of those trucks currently inside the top 17 points within about a 15-point gap. We kind of see that kind of just meet here. See, if 24 comes up the track, I mean, he's probably trying to get a pretty decent arc going into the corner. You can see a 57 starts to come down here, like he's getting ready to come into the corner. But it seems a little bit too soon to come into the corner, though. I mean, yeah, just a tiny bit. So I don't know if there's potential thought that they could side draft this or not. Well, it's kind of a situation where they meet in the middle. That is really loud. That is loud. But here we go. We're going to have a restart within 10 laps ago. I'm expecting carnage everywhere as we just got done having our longest green flag around the race. As there's look to be Adam Bowles go ahead and getting his lap back, putting him back on the lead lap, leaving 24 trucks on the lead lap. And some guys, I think, are come down, potentially take that left set of tires. Some guys might already be on their last set of tires. And it's going to be a very interesting restart when we get everything all set and going here. So trying to think who might be the first truck who just came down pit road and put on some tires. You can see, looks to be from Pamitat on back. They came down pit road and put on some tires here. So you're going to see the top 6 guys be in a very, I guess, I don't think you really determine where that excessive speeding penalty came from, Manning, but that's a good question. Ask in race admin. But it's going to be Josh Colley out front. He's one of those drivers currently in yellow because he's currently sits. We'll actually pull this up real quick. He sits 10th in points, so he's within the top 12. He's within the top 12 in points. You can see some other guys who in a situation where they need to kind of try to get as many points as they can. You can see Quick in a situation he currently within that top 17 points. You can see Pamitat is currently within that top 17. Dingler, you see Gordon, Gale, Hash, all kind of like in that red no-go area currently. Might start to be talking about winning to get in the next 3 race. What? So he actually was able to break down where he was speeding? He actually, I don't. I think Dylan was just giving him a false, because he's trying to figure out which segment he spent on pit road. I don't think he really determined that there. I guess now is the opportunity to break down your top 10 here coming onto this restart. On the front right, you can see Josh Colley. He chose the outside lane there in the strutmasters.com Silverado. On his inside, it's going to be the 03 machine of Kevin Hash. Then you're going to see Dave Matson, Matt Quick. You're going to see Kelvin Mosher, Joseph C. Gordon. Then you're going to see Branden Pamitat, Chris Gale, Ryan Dingler, Matt Cherry, right now, and Storm Patterson around your top 12. And it looks like the top 6 trucks stayed out on tires. Freshest out of those 6 being Mosher in 6th place, 5th place, one of those positions. But the iRacing.com pace truck is off the racetrack. And we're going to get a restart here with 8 laps to go as they're in the Geico restart zone. And haven't really seen much, but I think our best restarter we've seen tonight is that 03 machine when he has control in that Geico restart zone. But here comes Branden Pamitat. He's going to look in the bottom lane here. He's the first truck on tires. They're going to be 3 wide here after turn number 2. They're going to be 3 wide for multiple rows. They're going to start freight train 5 machines. He's going to start dropping like a rock in 2 Foot Creek. You see the guys on tires are going to start running these guys over on 10 or so lapful of tires. Kevin Hash is going to try to start playing block as many lanes wide as he can. A little bit of contact between the 09 and the 48. The 48 goes down the apron there, trying to avoid the 09, coming to 7 laps to go. So far, an okay restart for the 03 and the 33. A little bit loose there for the 23 and the 48. Both wobble there. You can see the 94 on the wall with contact from the 5 truck. And the caution does come out. I don't think George is for blame on this one. I just don't think. I think George is going to be in the clear on this one. I also think he's going to go from about the middle lane to top lane. Oh, the 5 truck gets loose. And he's just trying to corral it. You see multiple trucks in the wall there. And I think George just runs out of real estate because the 5 truck's just trying to save the truck up the track. And while he's doing that, he's trying to politely just not get into him. I mean, it's the right thing. You see the 5 truck is a tiny bit loose there, and he's just trying to corral it. While he's corralling it, George is just sitting there. They, or don't have really real estate to not hit the wall here. And he hits the wall right here. So to me, again, that's another racing deal situation. The rest of that, I'd put on the 5 truck, just, not being able to know how to corral a truck. After a wreck, because, he's right there. Oh, and the 13. Oh, that's a hard hit for the 13 truck. Alright, blowing his motor. Innocent bystander here watching the cockpit view. He's off the throttle. How much further on the track? And oh! It's not as hard as you think it would be, but I mean, he has no motor. His truck's done for. That truck is smoking like I do when I go smoke a cigar on a Saturday night. You can see the 76 truck get a lap back here. I think we're on 2 to green this time. We're going to be within 5 laps to go. Right? We might see an artificial, with a within regulations green, white, checkered when everything's all said and done. And so we're going to be restarting with, I think, 3 laps to go. Kevin Hash, he's trying to get a win, trying to gain as many points again. He's right now needs to average about 7 points over your current cut line, which is tied between 4 drivers. So I mean, he's done a lot tonight. I mean, he's led a lap tonight. He might be close in the contention for leading some most laps, but I think he's currently with might go to Cherry. But Kevin Hash is trying to win his way into the chase. He's going to have Josh Coley on the outside here. Coley's currently in a pretty decent points position. I mean, he's sitting about 10th in points. I wouldn't say pretty decent. He's within the chase right now. Pace lights are off. It's just like flashing lights. Pace lights are off, so we're going to have a regulation green white checker this time. Heck yeah. That means we're still going to have like 2 more attempts after this. We can wreck as many times as we want. But a quick rundown of your top 10 going into this final restart. Hopefully the final restart. It's going to be Hash, Coley, Pamitat, Dingler, Matson, Patterson, Gale, Cherry, Rittenauer, Welsenbach. And you can see the Ott brothers are also in the top 15. You see Mosier in the top 15. You can see Fuller, Balfanzer, they're in the top 15. But again, you got to talk about some guys who are on fresher tires. We're going to talk about Pamitat and Dingler. Those 2 are on some fresh tires. They're on about 10 lap fresher tires. But you can see 3 trucks up here on some very rough tires. And that's going to be your front 2 and your 5th place restarter in Dave Matson. So I don't think wheel spin's much of an issue at this track. Don't quote me 1,000%. But if I was Pamitat and Dingler in row number 2, I'd be worried about those 2 potentially not getting out of the box well. But the lights are off again on the iRacing.com pace truck. The official pace truck at iRacing.com Motorsport Simulations. Make a right-hand turn down pit road. Sorry, a left-hand turn. As they get ready to approach the Geico restart zone for unofficial green white checkered attempt number 1. And again, the 03 just gets a better restart as the 33 is able to just move right down behind him. He's there, his buffer to 03. 03 kind of in a situation where he needs to get as many points as he can, potentially even win this race. But they need to try to hold off some of these guys on fresh tires. Dingler, Pamitat, Patterson. 3 trucks trying on the freshest tires on the track. Made a half a circuit here. Oh, this isn't an artificial green white checkered. This is a 3-lap shootout. My bad. My math is wrong. I was wrong. Oh, Hash runs up the track here. Here comes Ryan Dingler. As trucks start to converge here on the front straightaway, 2 laps to go. A lot of unstable trucks here as the pushes start to get bigger. I didn't feel like we'd be saying that here at Michigan, but I mean, this race has pretty much been a super speedway, as we're going to be 3, almost 4 wide coming up to turn number 2. Oh, that's not going to work as they're going. Yes, they keep it straight. Dingler's going to be side by side with Hash going through 3 and 4. 4 wide again back there between Rittenauer and Tresnot was in the wall earlier in this race. All around goes a 29. We don't get to the lines. They're wrecking even more. What happened to 03? Why is he in the wall? Hold on. We'll go and watch this wreck Whoa! That's just a checking up for the pace truck situation up front. Here's Dingler. He gets right on the brakes. Whoa, man. That's huge damage to the 03. Might be huge damage to the 33. If I could have access to that admin channel, I know that 03 truck might be pissed. But we need to go and watch the wreck, and that looked to be Matthew Wesenbach involved. Well, let's go and watch this one. ITRL far chase cam, the cam we've been watching most of the wrecks tonight from. A lot of situations where we see a truck come down, a truck cause neck coat type situation. Again, 3 wide is the part of the track we're talking about as we're coming to the white flag. But I guess the 83 comes up a tiny bit, the 29 comes up a tiny bit, then the 46 does come down. Yeah, 46 does come down, which causes contact there, and then there's more wrecking there. Oh, the 5 truck. Oh, I thought Kloosterhuis was going to get destroyed again. But what happened between the 43 truck? Where's the 43 truck? There's the 43 truck. And the 94. Oh. Oh, it's just an avoiding for a wreck situation. Okay. So, I mean, George was just trying to avoid the wreck here. So that's interesting. But again, let's go. I guess we have some time, I think, to watch what happened out front. So I think, again... Nope, I want to be on... Nope. I guess I can't. We have to go back to Alright. But it seemed like Dingler checked up... Why? Keep me here. Dingler was checking up for the pace truck hella early. And when he did that, he very much just slammed right on the brakes in front of the 03 machine. And it caused like a chain reaction type of situation there. And pretty much destroyed the 03 machine. Probably the best truck in the field tonight. I feel bad for Kevin. And I kind of want to know what's being said in that Kevin Hash chat. I really want to know what's being said. I'm pretty sure he has some choice words for that 23 truck. But this is green white checkered attempt. I think 1 or 2. I think we get 2 attempts. I don't know if Dylan put that in his pre-race post. No, he doesn't. But if I remember the rule book, I think it said 2 attempts. Might be 3 attempts. Could be unlimited attempts. We could be here for the rest of the night. But all I know is there's a minute and a half left on the top of my screen. So I don't know if that means we have a minute and a half left in the session. It is 9:47 in the Central Time Zone. So that's interesting. But on your front row here for this hopefully final restart, it's going to be Dingler and Patterson. Then you see Coley, oldest tires on the track probably, and Cherry. And then you see Pamitat, Matson, Rittenauer, Ott, Mosier. The rest of your top 10. I don't know if there's anyone who might have a set of tires left. If they do, they aren't going to make it through the field. I don't think. And I mean, there's some guys who came down pit road there and pitted. I don't know if they took tires or if it was a damage fixing situation. Right now, you can see everyone in the top 10 right now is all within a decent shout of top 12. No red background, but you can see Paul Smith there. He's kind of in and out of that top 10 here. As the pace truck is off. As green-white checkered attempt number 1 is underway. As that'll let go by the 23 truck in the restart zone. Kind of spreads things out a tiny bit between the top 5 here. But, oh, there goes the 45 truck into a hole that wasn't really there. Some checking up need to be done by the 33 machine. As he's going to be right on the back bumper of the 33 truck. Again, he's just a sitting duck on those tires. He doesn't have his teammate there to kind of really help him on those left side of tires. Plus, he's got some front end damage after the checkup situation there. But side-by-side battle for the lead here between the 45 truck and the 23 truck in the turn number 3. 45 truck clears, but what does the 23 truck do? But don't look now. Here comes Matt Cherry and the 48 truck. As we do get to the line. Oh, they wreck again. The caution comes out. We will see green white checkered attempt number 2. Yes, I think that's I think Rittenauer was involved in that one. George Ballpains might be. But do that, and then we'll do this. Let's see what happens here. Let's just watch what happens. I like to watch what happens. You guys want to watch what happens here? Because I kind of want to see what happens here. 87 truck's going to eventually have to give up on his teammate, Josh Culley here. Culley, again, oldest tire's probably in the field. I mean, it's no point in trying to push him. I mean, 33 truck gets tight, but nothing really, I guess, he's doing there. I mean, they're going to come up the track. I guess a contact with him does cause for a little bit. What really caused that net code there? Because it's some net code. I think the little bit of a wiggle there from. Oh no! Kloosterhuis is involved again. So is Welsenbach. Two trucks that just seem like they can't catch a break tonight. Yeah, it really just looks like net code. This is probably the most real net code wreck we've seen this season. I mean, contact there, but you don't see the. Yeah, that's probably the most net code we've seen. I don't see really anything there from Paul Smith to be like because he just ran his line. I mean, the 87 does come up the track, but it's not like he's coming up the track. I don't get what caused that. That's net code. 100% that is net code. But I don't know what really caused the net code there. That might be like in Dylan's race review. I really hope it's in Dylan's race review as net code. Like there isn't much. I don't know who you put the blame on that one for. So, I mean, the 33 truck, he's trying to do everything he can. He just gets loose on the bottom lane and caused him to launch up into the 87. But the 87, you can't currently see this, but I'm holding on to my racing wheel here in front of me. But the 87 is able to just not like move his wheel and cause him to like wreck or anything. It's just it's interesting. That's net code. That's 100% net code there. Like I can't put blame on any those two drivers involved there. I just need one more point, by the way, in fantasy football, in case you're wondering. But right now, let's focus here, as I think we're on green, white, checkered attempt number 2 of 2. I could click the spacebar to find out, but then that will make me lose my time screen for a split section. But I'm pretty sure we're on green, white, checkered attempt 2 of 2, so this is the final attempt. I don't think there's a plan of no return in this league. I'm not 100% sure. I read the rule book, but I don't remember the rule book. Bad memory type of situation. But we're 6 laps past the scheduled 200-mile distance, so you get some free racing here tonight. It's going to be Patterson Dingler out front, Cherry Pamitat, Matson Ott, Coley Ott, Polinsky Quick. Polinsky's now one of those drivers up there with the red background that says, "Hey, I need points." So he's within a shout and a scream here on this final restarter, potentially saying, "Hey, give me as many points as I can get." But we shall see the iRacing.com official pace truck hit the left-hand turn. He does. And hopefully that'll be the last time we see the iRacing.com official pace truck. As we get ready here to go racing for the final time, hopefully tonight. As the green flag's back in the air in the Geico restart zone, the 45 truck gets a pretty good restart here. Not as good as we've seen tonight. As he's going to have an on-setting row of Dingler and Pamitat, two drivers who need a win to make their way currently into the chase. They're within decent points position themselves. Side by side for second here. A block going on to the 23 truck that upsets that 45 truck. But it's going to be kind of a 3-truck push here as the 23 does get his nose on the inside of the 45. They're potentially going to be 3 wide here for the lead. Not really. They're going to be side by side for sure. As Dingler's damn near clear coming off of turn number 4. Side by side coming to the line. This will be official. White flag in the air. 1 lap to go for Michigan. Push going into the back of the 45 truck. Push going in the back of the 23 truck. Is there going to be a little bit of advantage to the 23 truck coming off of turn number 2. As they're wrecking behind him. The 84 trucks around. We'll keep it up front. Side by side between Dingler and Patterson. Does Pamitat think he can take a shot here into turn number 3? Here goes Patterson to protect the bottom line. Dingler's going to try to work his way up the track, but it's not going to work. Coming off of turn number 4 for the second time in a 7th season in the Iron Thunder Racing League, Storm Patterson is going to be a winner as that final finish for second. Give it to Pamitat in second, Dingler third, Sawyer Ott fourth, Matt Quick fifth, Landon Polinsky sixth, Tristan Ott, Josh Coley, Kevin Hatch does rebound to finish 9th, and Paul Majipka. Hell yeah, Paul comes home 10th. That's a fan thing, yeah. I like to see Paul in the top 10. Hell yeah. All right, real quick before we watch the 45 truck burn it down, let's go ahead and watch. What happened? Where's the 84 machine? Where is it? Right there, all right? Let's watch what happened with him. All right? Let's watch what happened. Can I watch what happened with him? All right. It's the 84 truck of Matt Cherry. I think this is the last wreck of the night. I'm not 100% sure, but we'll watch it. Make sure. Oh, he just gets loose. He's trying to get as much as he can. Trying to keep with his teammate here off at 2. So he's just trying to get to his back bumper as much as he can. Just gets a little bit loose on him. And just... Oh, I hate it for Manning. He could have had top 10. He just gets loose on him. Oh, he got hit. Hang on. He got hit right here. Oh, right in front of George. No! I was mentioning holding the brakes there. And that's probably a situation where you should hold the brakes, but... Not George. But it's going to be Storm Patterson who's currently burning it down. We'll get, for sure, a heck of an interview from him for the second time this series. He's currently in victory lane. Let's get a decent shot. Yeah, there's victory lane. Yeah. I can't really see that, but hang on. We'll just let him burn it down. We'll just pull him up in the booth and get his general reaction. That's the company for the truck's also in there. Yeah. So let's pull him up in here. And before we pull him in here, make sure Discord's unmuted. It is unmuted. Perfect. I think I have his soundboard muted. I do.
We won, Alex!
You did win!
We won, baby!
You spent most of this race like running in the back of the pack. How the hell did you do this, man?
We were killed, buddy. We were junked all to hell. Well, we were just trying to fix it, get it back up, and eventually I got wrecked again, and we took the quick, and man, the speed got it. I mean, we were fast loading off the truck. We were really good. But just got that damage in the one wreck with Gale, and yeah, we just flew up there once we got our quick fix after the after my incident with Matson. We got it fixed, and yeah, man, we were hauling. I thought we were in a really good position there. Whenever we came out of pit stops, before the caution came out, I thought we were really good. And then I thought we were still really good after navigating through the top 10 there and getting up to the lead, or getting up to third, second, first. And man, what a night. What a rebound. Just general execution was great tonight. Yeah, it was fun. It's very fun.
You're the second 2-time winner on the season, man. That for sure guarantees you a spot in the chase.
Yeah, I mean, it for sure does. But points, always mean a lot. It's going to help us make a deeper run into the playoffs. And, yeah, just, like I said, really good execution all night, working with my guys. And, yeah, I mean, especially after last week at Watkins Glen when we had mechanical failure there at the end, after we would have cycled out in the lead, top 3, if not the lead, and yeah, just had some mechanical issues. And, I said after last week, I was like, well, that's not going to happen again. We're just going to have a straight season. And, we were able to make it work tonight, man. We were hooked up and we were fast.
Now, before we go ahead and let you go back down there into that JCOM chat, JCOM no longer exists.
There you go.
I killed it. Does anyone like to give a shout out to, quick thank you to? And we got
Yeah, of
Skybox
course.
NASCAR
Mark
in there.
Harris. Yeah, of course, man. Mark Harris with Skybox NASCAR and supporting me every week. He's been such a big supporter, and you can always listen to Lane Coin Podcast for your best betting information on Lane Coin Podcast on Spotify, Palstrade.com. Everyone at JCOM, man. Everyone at JCOM. Express Esports, Rodcar, just everyone on the truck, everyone that supports our teams, and yeah, man, just really, really, really happy and really happy to just execute. It was a great night.
You say that Rod Car is on this truck?
Rodcar is on the truck, buddy.
What?
Yeah, partner with Express.
Oh. Whatever. Well, congratulations on your second win of the season. You did a pretty exciting race here at Michigan, man.
Thank you, Alex. Thank you.
We'll go ahead and let you get down there and celebrate your race win tonight. As I have your race winners, Storm Patterson. And I need to pull this up here because I think at the time I paused this, the 48 truck was still on the racetrack. And he's the next guy we get to pull up into the booth as he's your second place finisher tonight in Branden Pamitat.
What's going on?
I don't know the last time I talked to you in the broadcast booth. I don't know if that was like GT3. Hell, it might have even been all the way back when we did Super Speedway Series, man.
No, it hasn't been that long.
It hasn't
Definitely
been that long?
in GT3.
Wasn't
No,
it? Yeah, it was in GT3, I think. I have a terrible memory. But you were able to rally tonight and finish second.
Yeah, that was a hell of a fight right there. I definitely tried to squeeze out the last spot. Not last spot, but one spot better than Dingler. We're tied, fighting for the trying to get into the chase. So I'll take all the points I could get, and pushing a friend to a win is pretty rewarding when you come home right behind him.
Well, you finished 9 100s for a second behind him, and then you finished 8 1000s for a second in front of Dingler. That was a fun finish, man. For second place, you had a pretty quiet night tonight. Not really involved in much. You just were there. How would you describe your race?
Yeah, it was quiet for the most part. The beginning was quiet. The middle got hectic when I believe we were coming to the stage. But no contact really, no incidents with anyone. Just really happy to at least come home clean. It's a really solid day. There's a little bit of momentum building from Watkins Glen. We had a really rough start to the season, so hopefully we could keep it up and build up enough points to squeeze into that chase and hopefully fight off the other guys and go fight for a championship once it comes time.
Well, I can tell you right now, there's only for sure 9 spots up for grabs. There's only been 3 winners on this season, so you just have to be one of the 9 guys who can point their way in.
Yeah, definitely. I thought we had a really good shot tonight. If we had like 1 or 2 more laps. The 2 tires on the bottom was really loose when you were pushing that hard to come into the checkered, but I could run that middle to top lane, and I just needed people to work with, but that bottom line was the one to hold if they had 4 tires. So didn't really have any help, but I had enough to bring home second, and it's not a win, but 4th at Watkins, 2nd here at Michigan. I could only hope that we bring home a trophy next week.
You're working towards it, especially when we go to Rockingham, and we're going to go back to Rockingham. Remember what happened last time we went to Rockingham?
I sure do. We were able to take home a victory in the Cup car, so hopefully we could build that same momentum up through that race and do it again.
Well, hopefully we do, man. Before we let you go, is there anyone like to give a quick shout out to, a quick little thank you for?
Yeah, I want to start off by thanking my team tonight, Shoulder Boys Racing. We worked really hard on the strategy, trying to figure out what we were going to do, and it didn't play off in others' favors, but that was just due to unfortunate incidents. But I will take the strategy in my favor. We did work on it together, so I want to give a shout out to the team. I want to shout out my dad for always watching and supporting the league with the viewership, and I want to shout out my coworker Keith. He's my number one supporter. He's definitely keeps track of my stats and lets everyone in the office know that I'm apparently a quote unquote professional sim racer. So I want to shout out all those people. They make this really fun and give you something to look forward to the day after.
I mean, you technically are in your own mind a professional sim racer. Just don't ask those people who race in the Coke series if you are.
I think I'd consider myself the world's okayest race car driver.
Hey man, sometimes being alright, being okay.
I'll take it, man. If it brings home a second place, that's points on the day.
I mean, points is points, man. Well, congratulations on your second place finish. I think you're probably gonna go and click this disconnect button and probably sound like you're gonna go to bed. And we'll go ahead and let you do
Definitely,
this.
yeah. This one ran a little bit late tonight, but
Heck yeah! When I saw the clock at halfway, we're at after 9 o'clock. I'm like, we have an hour racing at least. And I'm pretty sure we might have been close on the time limit too, and that was.
Oh, we definitely were. I was watching the replays in the pits, and seems like they closed the gates not too long after, so might be stuck at Michigan tonight, and hopefully we can make it back to Rockingham next week.
I mean, you have a week, so you should be perfectly fine to get the hell out of here and get to North Carolina, man.
I sure hope so, Alex.
Well, congratulations on your P2 finish. We'll go ahead and let you go.
Thank you, sir. Hope to talk to you next week.
Hopefully, man. Hopefully talking from Victory Lane.
I hope so.
As that was our second place finish tonight in Branden Hamilton. Now, all that leaves, I'm probably going to interrupt his conversation he's having with Manning Gregory. I'm going to pull him up into the booth. I feel like he's going to be okay with this because we get to talk to him with his third place finish tonight. If he's there.
Hello.
Hello! Ryan Dingler, our third place finish tonight, man. How's it feel to come back-to-back weeks with top 3 finishes?
Pretty good, man. I actually don't like Michigan, and it's kind of my Achilles heel. I always get wrecked and finish like dead last. I think my best finish ever here was like 13th, so I'm really happy with the podium. Like, I really wanted to win, but as soon as the 03 damaged my rear end on that caution, I don't think I had too much drag. I couldn't keep up with Storm, but I gave it all I had. I'm glad I got P3 though.
I mean, you had probably one of the better trucks out there tonight. I mean, you're up front. You're doing a lot with that. Actually, your teammate up there on that long green flag run, you seem to be up there. You seem like, even though you said that this is your Achilles heel, it seemed like you had a pretty good race tonight.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't say I was slow. I always finish in the back because somebody wrecks me, or I get wrecked by some bizarre crash. It's always something bizarre at this track that I get caught up in something, and I did get caught up in a couple, but I was able to at least be conservative enough where I didn't completely lose everything. So I'm happy with that.
This is some momentum going for you. I mean, you had a couple rough weeks there to start the season, missing Daytona, then getting wrecked at Atlanta, and then issues at Bristol. I mean, the last 2 weeks here, Watkins Glen and here at Michigan, it seemed like you're starting to getting some momentum building.
Well, I'm hoping. I actually like the Rock, so I'm actually really excited to race next weekend, or next Monday rather. And Charlotte's always fun, for everybody. So that one's going to be kind of up in the air. It's going to be kind of like this, where we're just all full throttle and.
Well, I think there's going to be more off throttle time than you think.
I mean, there will be, but not at first. It'll be like this at first, and then, but with more speed, or it'll feel like more speed because it's like more closed in.
Yeah.
But it's such a fast track, but it's gonna be some draft in there too.
Now, do you think there'll be more cautions when we get to Charlotte in 2 weeks, or there, or than here?
With
how tight of a track it is.
Cautions. You'll have more cautions at Charlotte just because it's a thinner track, and it's almost just as fast. So people are like, especially when you're coming out of turn 4 into that quad oval, a lot of people cause wrecks right there because that wall will kind of creep up on you, and somebody will tap it and come off the wall, and you have a big crash. That's where a lot of stuff happens.
Now, real quick,
we'll have more cautions next week, I feel like, than Charlotte, though.
Well, I didn't want to talk about the short track. I mean, it's
not a short track; it's a mile.
Race is like a short track.
But it's fun though.
Yeah, there's
It's bumpy, but it's fun. I love the rock.
now you hit one wrong bump and your corner exit there, you're screwed.
Yeah, but you can use those bumps to your advantage.
That's true. Now, real quick, let's talk about tonight. You finished 8/1000ths of a second behind second place. Coming to the line, do you think you had second place, or
No, I didn't feel like I could, because like I said, as soon as I got that rear end at that caution, and it knocked my spoiler off a little bit where I was getting some drag. So I knew if he got beside me on the exit of 4, he was going to beat me, especially with him on the top. He'd have momentum. So I kind of door slammed him a little bit just to maybe try to slow him up, but not, wreck each other.
Mhm.
But I figured he was going to beat me to the line no matter what I did without wrecking us both. So
well, back-to-back weeks finishing top 3. I didn't get an interview with you last week. That was my own fault. But we got an interview with you this week. Before we go ahead and let you go and probably continue to talk with, I don't know if Manning's still in here because he seems to be a little bit upset after the incident he caused earlier. Is there anyone to give it?
He actually he got in there and he apologized, which it's all good. I mean, it was early in the race. It's just racing, man. I wasn't too mad about it, but we're all good.
All right. But before we go ahead and let you go, is there anyone like to give a shout out to, a quick thank you to?
Yeah, Cherry for some pretty good shoves there towards the end to kind of keep me out front, even though my truck was dragging. He worked real well with me. He wanted to get me a win to get me into the playoff, but P3 will help me get into the playoff. I should be able to gain a little bit more. I'm just outside, or I was. So yeah, just appreciate him trying to help me, even though he wrecked.
He was really trying, because that wreck was him.
Yeah, he said, "You better hang on to it. I'm fixing to shove you."
And he was most certainly trying to get to your back bumper there. You're looking at him, he just trying as hard as he can. You just snap loose on him, how hard he was trying.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations on your second top 3 podium finish of the season, man. Hopefully we get to actually talk to you from victory lane one of these times.
Hopefully.
Well, congratulations. That is our 3rd place finish tonight in Ryan Dingler. Quickly, we'll go over your final running order here tonight. Again, Storm Patterson to win, Brandon Pamatat second, 3rd place being Ryan Dingler. In 4th place, you see Sir Ingmat Quick finishing in 5th. Lane Polinsky, Treston Ott, Josh Coley, Kevin Hash, and Paul Majivka. I think his first top 10 of the season, finishing 10th. 11th will be Chris Gale, Matthew Welsenbach 12th, 13th will go to Calvin Mosier, 14th will be Paul Smith, and Joseph C. Gordon with a solid top 15 finish tonight. You see Rob Stewart, Shane Fuller, Manning Gregory, Dave Matson, and Ray Rittenauer finishing top 20. George Balafans, Matt Cherry, Adam Boyles, Matthew Kloosterhuis will round out your top 24. Brian Mills will be the first truck and the only truck who did not complete all the laps tonight, 13 laps down in 25th. And then you see Dylan Hill, someone who doesn't actually get credited on the score sheet as finishing because he didn't turn a single lap. There is that. Well, that'll do it for us tonight. Exciting 2-hour race. I know we'll probably expect another 2-hour race in a couple of weeks when we go to Charlotte. I think that's 150 laps, 250 miles. Be a long race when we get there. But that'll do it for us tonight. We'll be back next week, same time. Stream starting at 7:55 Central Time, 8:55 Eastern on the Eastern Seaboard. We'll be live from Rockingham. Question I think will be what we'll be using for setup and how bad it will drive. So that'll be one of them. But make sure you guys leave a like, subscribe, and we'll see you guys next week.